Hey, it's just so Trish, and I'm here to report about the transition from homeschooling to public school. All right. So thank you so much for the video or for the comments from my last video where I told you I quit. A lot of love. I know some of you are having a hard time dealing with it, and I get it, and I get it because it's and I'm still like probably the biggest homeschool promoter ever. I'm still in my county the biggest homeschool promoter ever. So this week, today's Saturday. I don't know when I'll get this posted. So I talked to you, I think Monday or Tuesday. And I began the process. Four of my 6 kids started school this week. 3 of them started on Monday or on Thursday, and 1 started on Friday, and 2 more start next week. So, how's it going? I could even have like a whole conversation. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. Why it keeps going dark, why it keeps auto-correcting. So, I'm not in parent pickup because it's Saturday. My kids are at a swine clinic. Why? What in the world does it do that? Sorry if it bothers you. Bothers me. So, I'm at a swine clinic for the kids. They're doing a hog this year at the fair. And I'm trying to give them more like, you need to own this, and I don't need to be there holding your hands, sink or swim kind of thing. Because that's been some of the issues we've been running into, and that's some of what we're fixing. Is they're just so used to mom picking up all the pieces and keeping things together that I need them to take more ownership. All right, so here it is. What it was like enrolling my kids in school. Our county has all the enrollment offices in one office, so you go to one place. I've had to deal with the county homeschool liaison to terminate my homeschooling. That was probably the most difficult form I filled out. It was just kind of so emotional. So the first day, I had my VPK kid and my 4th grader start at the elementary school, and my high schooler start at the high school. The elementary school, and then the high school. Get your coffee. It's probably going to be a long one. Hit pause. You're going to be like, okay, Trish, tell me what's going on. It wasn't a big deal. For the elementary school, it's just getting paperwork done. And I've literally ran around all week. I feel like I've not been home all week, just getting paperwork and the right paperwork where it needs to be or what they need to have. So, I'm so sorry. I feel so spacey through this. So I took them, dropped them off. Not a big deal. In fact, they were doing Tropicana speeches, which is a 4-H Florida in the school system speech competition that they're doing. And the kid, anyways, it was the first day. And so my daughter took about 10 minutes and did a speech and did all right in her classroom. So she felt really comfortable, the teacher, but it's a lot of kids in a little space that she has to get used to. Leona, my 4-year-old, got home, or I picked her up, and she was like, that was annoying. They went again on Friday. Addie enjoyed it the first day. The second day, she didn't like it. She was done, and she's ready to come back home. And I asked her to just hold out till Christmas, and let's not quit just yet. So Addie's in 4th grade. The Common Core math is hard for her. She doesn't understand why we're doing it this way. And she feels overwhelmed that the kids know it. I also feel like in the years I've been homeschooling Addie, there could be some processing disorder issues. So I do like the fact that I'm going to get on the first steps of maybe getting an IEP set up and started for her, because she does need more time. She can do things well, and she's such a good kid. But it overwhelmed her. And it overwhelmed her that the class misbehaved all day Friday when the teacher was out. The teacher was out. So second day, she had a substitute. And she felt like they were yelled at all day. She's overwhelmed by the fact that they know multiplication really well and she doesn't understand what they're doing with the multiplication. So that has been frustrating with her. And I wanted to make sure that she is getting her best opportunity. Is this not like the best way to talk to you all? Maybe it's better here. I think that's better. I'm so sorry. So she is having a hard time with that. And so there's some jumps that she has to do academically. And it frustrates her that she doesn't get it. And she feels like they're being yelled at. And she feels like she's, like the whole acclimation part. And I won't lie, she was crying last night. She was just heartbroken. She doesn't want to go back. But it's change. And it's, I don't want her to quit because it's hard right now because it's new. So I asked her to go to Christmas and it won't be a big deal. I will not lie. I went to bed broken. I woke up this morning crying. I could cry again. So let me try not to embarrass myself here because like everybody's over there. But yet they haven't figured out I'm making a video. Being a weirdo making a video in my car. So I woke up in the morning and let me tell you, as much as I'm like, I could rescue her and bring her home and we were doing all right. I was actually surprised she wanted to go to school and I'm like, but I didn't take her out of homeschool because it wasn't working. I took her out of homeschool because I wasn't working. I was exhausted. And I'm going to tell you, I started crying this morning because my heart hurts for my daughter. But it also was this sinking, overwhelming feeling of I got to get back in the trenches of it. And I just am like, ugh. So I spent my morning figuring out what to do and come up with a better solution. Because I'm like, let's not quit yet. Let's try to find ways to make arrangements. So I'm hoping she's got to do 2 weeks in the classroom. It's got to be better. And I'm like, if that doesn't work out, then let's see if we can get her a different teacher and in a smaller classroom. If that doesn't work out, well, there's lots of things we can do. Ultimately, we'll go find another, I'll go to private school with her. So I want to show you, I did create her like a, let me make sure there's nothing bad in here. Not bad, but just like you don't need to see. All right, so I made her like a car school notebook. All right, so this is the back end, and you're going to notice I put it in backwards. She's left-handed. So I put it in backwards. What we do for our kids. Just because she's going to be, so if she's left-handed, this way it's easier for her to write in the car. Because this is kind of car schooling. One of the things we've been doing is skip counting. I've been, I'm like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and we're done. Just keeping her like conscious of like knowing the skip count patterns and working with her to memorize that. So I printed about 10 of these. This was on Teachers Paid Teachers. That teacher should really have put her like little emblem on the bottom. Teachers Pays Teachers. This was free. So this lets her, I'm going to have her fill out one of these a day. Because we have about an hour. So this will be kind of like our car schooling. And then what I did was I picked up, I didn't print up the big one because I didn't want to use all the ink. This is the Moffat Girls No Prep November No Prep 3rd grade. I know she's in 4th, but I feel like some of those things are kind of 3rd grade issues. If you haven't seen one of these, this is really just easy. This would be a good one. Homeschooling, public school, doesn't matter. This would be a good one for black and white. It's about 45 pages for just supplements and stuff. And it has timetables and it has, so she already started working on it. One of the things we had a problem, and I'm so sorry, I'm a little scattered today. I'm coming off of major stress. There was one page here that was R controlled and, come up with a word. I don't know if my girl is that familiar with it. So what I did was I found this image through Google searching. I'm not going to tag it because I don't have time for that. But I went on Teachers Pay Teachers and I found a free list. This is what I found. And I printed them 6 to a page. So this was a free chart. And instead of making them so huge, I just printed them here. I might cut them and staple them and make them something that slips in there. Or I might leave them like this. I haven't decided what I'm doing. But so that she can, you know, go, oh, an R and do the spinning chart thing. And then years ago, I showed you this concept. You know, and I used to make them copy it. So I'm not making her copy it. I'm just making her use it as a reference for the multiplication table. So I made her this worksheet, or this kind of setup. And she's already using it. I have, yeah, see, she does pretty good for a lefty, right? There's her writing. She just did it in the car today on our, because there's a 45-minute drive this morning. She did that. I just made her that. I got some math, 4th grade multiplication, Common Core books. And it's like such a huge concept for me. Going from homeschooling to Common Core, doing things in a traditional math way to Common Core, and like having to have the discussions with my husband. It's about strategies, not answers. And I'm just trying to get her, you know, like some stuff that we can do at home. Like, because I told you I was going to have to do some tutoring, some, you know, helping them out. And that's my goal. So I'm working on that with her. And when I get those books in, I will definitely do a video on those books. Leona's just aggravated. I mean, but Leona is 4 years old and she's getting ready to take over the world. So she's figuring that part out. And I got like to order a nap mat, which she's not going to take a nap. The K4 teacher did stop me Friday and she's like, I did an assessment just to see where she's at. And she's pretty much above all the kids in the class. I'm like, you win some, you lose some, you know? I think that's the biggest part for me is like getting over mom guilt for the kids and their limitations, because it's like, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, my kids are behind because of whatever. And they're not. They're all in different places. And it's like, so you win some, you lose some. So Katie is doing high school. Let me just tell you, this is a video in itself. Katie started high school. And they're just like, why don't you wait till the end of the semester? We can't transfer those credit hours. And I'm like, but you don't understand. She's not, they're thinking she's doing the virtual school, like Florida virtual school. And so they wanted those classes to sit in. And I said, she's not doing Florida virtual school. She is doing my curriculum that I bought. And they're like looking at me like, I don't know what to do. And I said, the state of Florida says it doesn't transfer. So you're asking something that doesn't matter because you can't do anything about it. And they're like, oh. So the decision was made to do credit recovery. So Katie sits in credit recovery for 6 periods a day. And on her 7th period, she takes an elective. And so she has 5 weeks to get through 18 weeks worth of schoolwork. And they're just like, we don't know how this kid's going to do it. She's doing fine. But we're running into algebra. So here's what happened with algebra. She came home. She worked on algebra at home. And when she worked on algebra at home, what did happen? She could answer all the questions, but when she went to take the quiz, it asked her about the strategy she used. Oh, again, we're having a Common Core issue. The strategy she used was not Common Core. And she doesn't understand what they're saying and what they're doing. At the end of the course, she has to take an end of the course exam to show that competence so she can be awarded the credit hours. So I realized we're already kind of having, she can't use the curriculum we have because the curriculum we have is not going to set her up. So what I did was I purchased an EOC Algebra 1 study book off of Amazon that has practices, but I think it just kind of shortcuts. Here's like the cliff notes for doing the strategies. I'm hoping that's what it is. It's not here yet. I don't know when I'll get here So we're waiting on that. And I think that's going to help her a lot. History, she's had no problems with. In fact, she's been singing Classical Conversations timeline songs. So that's helped her out. She's kind of just working ahead. I think in day 1, she got 10% of her curriculum done for one of her courses. At that rate, it'll take her 10 school days to get done with one course if she stays that path. So that'd be 2 weeks, which means I think she's going to really catch up quickly. One thing I have to say, the school has been very, very nice. The adults, the admins, the people, they've been really nice. There hasn't been a lot of judgment. I did pour my heart out there. I was like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And they're just like, Mama, it's okay. Mama, it's fine. We got them. I think the biggest thing that has shocked my system in this whole beginning part is going from me, myself, and I, and Jesus being my support system for my kids, to all of a sudden I have all these people in my life. It's kind of overwhelming. I mean, a lot of people I already knew, and just some I just met this week, and having this just overwhelmingness of just people supporting me, supporting us, supporting all of us. And that in itself has been just like a load off. It's like every day I feel like stress is just lifting off my shoulders. In fact, stress is lifting off my shoulders so much the weight is like pouring off of me. Coming to this decision to now and trying to walk every day, like 12 pounds have just went off my body. I'm just a little overwhelmed by it, but I like it. I've just started relaxing really well, and I'm not even, I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to be like? My kids have even noticed a difference. Like I'm much more organized. I'm not trying to task manage so many tiny details that really don't, like the accountability part of my kids. That's exhausting. I can keep them accountable, but at a sacrifice to me, which is hard. Okay, so that's Katie. She's doing, I'm going to get back to you about the credit recovery because she's still working through that. I got a feeling she's noticing, and my biggest success, I will say, in 2 days, so let's see what happens in a week, is she just is taking the initiative. She's working all day on the computer, coming home, working for an hour on the computer, like getting another hour in and just getting it done. She's like, I want this done. I'm getting it done. And I'm like, I'm not pushing you. You're like just doing this on your own. This is so nice. And I told her, I go, you probably want to start a Florida virtual Spanish class as soon as you start getting this stuff done. So if you can get stuff done before the end of the year, I would start your Spanish class as soon as you can. Actually, I don't think she could start in December. I think they're all gone or something. So she's working on that. What else? Okay, so Lottie went to school. She did middle school, 6th grade. Oh, Katie keeps mentioning, she's like, they're all sucking face. You've got to be kidding me. She's like, I would never date anybody here. I'm like, just relax. You don't need to date anybody, so we're good. Lottie started 6th grade, and she liked it. And I read one of her like college and career class, and I was reading like the little thing about it, and I was like, I learned something more about her, that I didn't know before, because she, we didn't have the time for those conversations. And reading her paper, I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, that's good. So it was good to know that. I think she's going to be really successful. She wants to be socially around people. I think Addie's going to be fine. Once she gets settled and gets her expectations in check and maybe get an IEP going, I think she'll be fine. Baba and Orville start Monday because they just had their physicals. They just finished their medical stuff. So then they go Monday. And that paperwork's done. And I thought I was going to be home and cleaning, but one of my 4-H girls is coming to town to check out the local college. So I will be taking her to lunch and showing her the college, or at least just taking her to lunch and loving on her because I think she needs some loving. So, which is nice. I have no guilt. I will have no kids. I can go love on her, which I usually don't get to do. So that's like really, really good. That makes me very happy. That's a good thing. So that's where I'm at. I'm feeling better. It's a roller coaster ride. It's an emotional roller coaster ride. And I'm definitely going to have to adapt them. I got to clean out my house. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. Hopefully I won't be pulling. And I know this is like, I just want a break. Can't do it all. I really don't want to bring a kid back home after the first of the year, but I will if I need to. I might try the local ACE school if I have to. Shoot, by the end of this, I might be opening up my own school when I realize what the options are around here. So I'm going to talk to you later. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. I'm so sorry. I just was all over the place as I got through this video. Bye.